So, sweet for earning divine angels. You know, that video is all about how we see things. It's just the tip of the iceberg. And what it essentially talking about is that we see what we want to see. You and I see what you and I want to see. As photons enter our eyes and hit the retina, at whatever frequency it hits the retina, that defines what color I'm going to see. Okay. So whatever you are seeing, as far as colors are concerned, it's all a game of matching. So photons are coming on your retina, they're passing through your eyes, they're passing through eye lens, and they're reaching your retina. And as it reaches the retina, the frequency at which it reaches the retina, that is being calculated. Rather, it's more of a back calculation. Imagine how sophisticated your eyes are, how sophisticated your brain is. You know, that's why I say that, see, there is nothing good about it. Your journey on this earth as a human being is already started with the greatness of anything that you can even imagine about. So if you just focus on our eyes, the colors that we see is a result of the colors that you and I want to see. Because every information that is entering through our senses, they're getting recorded in our brain. And this beautiful question that the speaker was talking about is how to explain the color blue to somebody who has never seen the blue color, who has who is blind. How to explain that color blue to that person? How do you explain the color green to that person? Somebody who hasn't seen the colors ever. This essentially talks about the unconscious incompetence, something that exists, but you are not aware of it, and you are not even aware of it that exists at all. To put it in another way, you don't know what you don't know. So millions of photons are hitting your eye every second. Like as we were talking about, you pick up 2 million data points every second. So these 2 million data points are 2 million photons, which are entering your eyes every second. Imagine 2 million photons. So there must be 2 million rod and cone cells inside our eyes, in the retina, which pick up those 20 million data points. Probably more are coming in, but at a time, only those 20 million data points are by these 20 million cells in the retina, in the rod and cone cells in the retina. And imagine then this data is being processed by the brain because that information passes through the optic nerve. The cells of the optic nerve, they are passing those 20 million data to the brain, to that part of the brain, which enables us to see. And then it is getting processed over there. And whatever the outcome of that process is what you and I see. And in that whole process, a lot of back calculation we are also going. Imagine this is happening every second. A lot of back calculations are also going on. A lot of comparison is going on, that it is comparing with some data which is already there stored. And at the same time, this new data is also getting stored. Can you imagine the capacity of the brain? Just imagine we are only talking about visual. And then there are so many other sources of information, other sources of data which are coming through our different senses. And as in NLP, we say that this brain is a meaning making machine. That meaning making starts from the very moment that data gets entered into our senses. As we talk about the colors, so the moment those photons are bouncing or falling on your retina, those photons are absorbed. That's why it could identify the vibration of that photon. Imagine it is happening in real time. In real time, per second, 20 million data points, like 20 million photons are being absorbed and being translated at the frequency that they are being absorbed. And imagine that frequency is in the range of 400 to 700 nanometers. That's the wavelength of those photons, which you and I can see, which falls in that range of GR. There are photons which are beyond this VGR range, which turtles can see. So we can see only 3 colors. Turtles can see 7 colors, 7 primary colors. So their vision is far, 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 far more sophisticated than you and I can see. Now imagine if God has created only the vision part of your body with so much of care, so much of love, with so much of sophistication, how He might have created you. Think about it. What kind of goal God must be setting for Himself while He was creating you, while He created you. The moments of creation which was going on and being coded in the DNA of your parents, when they got together and formed the zygote, formed the very first cell of your body. Imagine that moment. All this information is also stored in that small cell which you can't even see with your eyes. You need a high precision microscope to see that. That is that the sophistication that to carry. You know, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So I shared this video with you with only one intention, that you change the way you look at yourself from now onwards. It's a very high precision machine. And imagine this whole thing is self-automated. It doesn't require any external engine to run it. The only thing that it needs is food, a little bit of air, a little bit of oxygen, some nitrogen, of course. So it's created out of those 5 elements. And we also have 5 senses. This is the connection over there. So you are not an ordinary creation. You are an extraordinary creation. And imagine what God also ensured. God made sure that this creation is uncomparable. You are unique. When God was creating you, He created a unique version of you. You are unique. You are not a copy of anything which was there in the past. Neither He created a copy of yours after He created you. So it's high time you start respecting your uniqueness. Please do not compare yourself with anyone. It doesn't make any sense at all. Don't waste your time in comparing yourself with anybody around you. Enjoy the uniqueness that God has put into you when He was creating. You are so unique. Just imagine that. And then He has given us a vision that by the time you go to bed tonight, you have all the time to celebrate your life as a human being. Enjoy the journey. Look around. There's so many things to look around you. So many things. Every moment your eyes are picking up 2 million data points. Your eyes are picking up 2 million new things. There's so many things to enjoy. Why are you making a meaning out of it, whatever happening in your life? Just not to encourage, empower, motivate, or inspire yourself. How about just doing the opposite of it? Because that's what you're supposed to do. Everything else that was created around you are being created by human beings only, just to keep you distracted, just to keep you busy. It's your choice. How much time you want to devote to those things which are created by human beings, rather than to those things which are created by your own creator. I believe that you are blessed that you are getting an opportunity to listen to me this morning. Even I am also blessed that I am getting an opportunity to listen to me this morning. And as I say, whenever you and I speak, it's only God who does the speaking. God who is intended to pass on this information to you and me. That's why you speak up. That's why you can speak out. And when you speak up and speak out, basically what you do is you pass on some message of God to the other person, including you. Speaking up and speaking out is a responsibility. And with every word, you can help someone to live a life as a human beings on this blue planet. You can encourage that person, you can motivate that person, you can inspire that person to live in the now. Yeah. So once again, I would invite each one of you who is listening to this, start with now, now onwards. Start living in the now. Whatever you couldn't achieve before this moment really doesn't matter at all. You don't need to prove anything to anybody, not even yourself. Something that you couldn't achieve till now. Probably it was not designed to be achieved by you till now. Universe has sent me and you with a purpose on this earth. Let's enjoy that journey. Don't look back. Because if universe has given birth to you, universe knows what is the purpose behind it. It's like every word that you write on a piece of paper, there's a purpose behind it why you write that word. Every word that you speak out, there's a purpose behind why you speak that out. If you can have control on the words and that you read or write, that you speak, imagine how much control universe is having on you. When you drive a car, you still have an opportunity to look behind. But when you're sitting in an airplane or sitting in a train where you can't look behind, because when you look behind, the only thing that you can see is the person sitting behind you, or maybe a wall. So when you pass on a space, through a space in that vehicle, you can't look at what you left behind. You can't see it. You can only perceive it because you had been there a little while ago and your eyes picked up those information. Your ear picked up those sound. Your sensory activity organs, they picked up those sensory information like taste, smell, touch, feelings. But the moment you cross that zone, you actually cannot look back physically. So what you and I essentially look back is through our brain, is the images that we're creating a moment ago. So what we look at is that our past is all that images that we have created in our brain. And if you really want to make the most of your brain, make use of most of your brain, start staying in the now. Because otherwise, what is happening? Whatever is there in the past, which is already stored information in your brain, you are referring to that only. And imagine that constitutes not even more than 5%. The remaining 95% still remains vacant. And you don't even use that capacity of your brain. Just because you and I stay focused on our past, we compare everything in our life happening today with the events which happened in the past. And you and I see what we and I want to see. You and I hear what you and I want to hear. You and I feel what you and I want to feel. It's the same 47 degrees Celsius, where there are people who are on the streets, they are selling fruit juices. And it's the same 47 degrees Celsius where you are feeling suffocated, even when you are inside your room and an AC to comfort yourself. So you see what you want to see, you feel what you want to feel. A food can be as tasty as you can think of, even if it doesn't have salt. Or even if there is excess salt, you can still feel the taste of the food. If you give your brain that instruction that this food is absolutely okay, it tastes perfectly all right. It tastes exactly what I want to taste. You can actually switch off those signals. When there is excess salt in the food, what happens? Excess signals your tongue is picking up, right? The amount of signals that your tongue is picking up is not in tune with the signals that you want to pick up as per your past experiences. Now, when you choose that, okay, I just want to pick up only that much of information, which is in tune with the kind of information which is already coming to my tongue as far as salty feeling is concerned. Surprisingly, you will never find any food where there is excess salt or less salt. You will always find it as tasty as you want to taste it. I have experienced it. And if you ask my family members that what are my senses of taste, they will say, I don't have any sense of taste. Because if there is excess salt, I eat the food with the same satisfaction if there is less salt. And I often tell my family members that I can only make a sense when there is excess salt. If there is less salt, I can't even notice it. Because when I sit to eat the food, my only intention is to enjoy the food, whatever it is, however it is. Many times you and I say that I don't like this food, I don't like that food, I don't like fish, I don't like this, I don't like that. It is already preconditioned that you are not going to like it if it is being served on your plate. I do not have those reservations. I like to eat each and every kind of food. So, coming back, since today is the last day of this particular workshop that we are here, check what are your strategies of getting a goal, getting something accomplished in your life. I'm using this word strategy for the first time in this workshop. The title of the workshop is Art of Smart Goal Getting, where SMART is all about specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and a time bound activity which you are going to perform so that you get a result which you are expecting. A result that is specific for you, that is measurable for you, that is achievable for you. So naturally you have achieved it, which is realistic as well. And at the same time, it's town bound. So you achieve that result within that given time. Experience it. Just leave for the day till the moment you go to bed tonight. That's the only time you have. That's the only access to time you have. Instead of worrying about well-formed outcome, start enjoying well-done outcomes every moment. Okay? Don't compare, don't criticize, don't complain. Just get rid of these three C's. You will never experience grieving on anything in your life. By the way, so life ends for you by the time you're going to bed tonight. If you get up tomorrow morning, then again, you get another opportunity to live and fulfill on your dreams. So make sure the activities that you do today are aligned with your own values. And the first value, probably the only value that you and I should be focusing on, is enlightenment. Be in the frame of enlightenment. There should have been an enlightenment frame in NLP. I don't know why they haven't put it there. They're talking about so many frames. This frame is missing, and this is the ultimate frame. So with that, I'm closing on, and with this new awareness, I would invite you to see what is possible for you. Till you go to bed tonight, make your day something such that when somebody knows about it, he will regret that, oh, I should have spent a day like this. And you won't have any regrets when you go to bed tonight. That, yeah, I spent the day the way I wanted to spend it. So that's it from my side.